Good evening, everybody. This is Big Boss Calvin 83. Today, I want to discuss something, that I'm going to speak on the Trick Daddy situation, what he said, and why some brothers, some so-called black men, feel that way about so-called black women. Okay? Why in America do some men of color don't want to be around women of color? Why is that? You know what I mean? So basically, why do some black men do not like black women? Or should I say so-called black men don't like so-called black women, to be corrected? I watched Lovely T's video, and she gave her opinion. She showed a clip. I thought about doing a clip, doing this through Camtasia, but I decided not to read an article and all that stuff. I read some articles and all that stuff, but it's just, I don't know what it is with you sisters, you so-called sisters, you so-called black women. I don't understand why you let what he said bother you. If the man don't want to fuck with you, or don't want to fuck with, if a so-called black man don't basically want to date outside his fucking ethnicity, why does that bother you when you don't fucking want him to begin with? Well, some of y'all don't. Y'all talk, I hear in the so-called black community, people talk about you shouldn't bash so-called black women and blah blah blah, blase blase. But the truth of the matter is, the guy Trick Daddy is right to a certain degree, and I agree with some of his points. I don't agree with him calling women hoes and saying all women are hoes. There's no such thing as a white hoe or a Hispanic hoe. Okay. To refer to all women as hoes, I cannot co-sign that. And to say that only Caucasian women and Hispanic women are the thing for brothers to go out and date. What about other ethnic groups of women, like Asian women, Middle Eastern women, and other women of other ethnicities? What about other sisters from the islands, from the Caribbean, from so-called Africa? What about other women? Why? And I don't, every man has their own taste of what they like in women, of whatever cover skin, whatever the cover of her skin, shade, height, size, with shoe size. You get my drift. My thing is this. I have an issue with so-called black women being hypocrites on this bullshit, because first of all, brothers did not start talking about so-called black women until the start of 2006 on social media. You so-called black women have been trashing and bashing black men ever since the post-feminist era, ever since the 70s and the 80s, ever since I believe the start of the 80s. But when y'all joined, when so-called black women in the time frame of the 60s, the late 60s and early 70s, joined the feminist movement, joined forces with Caucasian women, and buy into the bullshit ass propaganda talking points that the so-called black man is the enemy and he's oppressing black women, which is a bunch of bullshit, because so-called black men do not have the means and the resources and the power to oppress black women or any other woman. And for Caucasian women to brainwash you and say, oh, so-called black men are oppressing women, period. We don't have the power to oppress and discriminate against women, and We don't have the power to be a misogynist and get away with it, and get by with it like Caucasian men can, especially the elite Caucasian men who are misogynists, chauvinist pigs, sex and hate women, but objectify women. But y'all women fuck with Caucasian men. Some of y'all women do, and I'm speaking of all races. Y'all still look up to him as of wealth and status. Or you think because he got pale skin that he's rich, that he got status and he's handsome, because y'all been brainwashed. Women of color specifically have been brainwashed with Caucasian supremacy. It's funny how Caucasian women can bitch about sexism, but about being oppressed by the Caucasian man, but she still wants to date and fuck the Caucasian man, marry him, and have kids by him. If he was so horrible, why y'all bitches fucking him? Why do some black women fuck with him? Why do some Asian women and Latino women fuck with the Caucasian guy? Some of them. Not all of y'all, but some of y'all bitches. I mean, and women of other ethnicities look up to Caucasian men like the epitome of God or some bullshit like that. If men are horrible, first of all, men of color, or rather these so-called black, Asian, Latino, East Indian, Native American, and so on, do not have the wealth and the power and the resources to be misogynist and oppress females. Okay, even Middle Eastern men don't got power like that to oppress women like that. Only elite men who got wealth, power, and status and money, who have money, power, and status, can get away with that shit. You understand? But I'll say this to so-called black women. The first deadbeat dad and the baby daddy was a Caucasian man. The first pedophile was a Caucasian man. The first rapist was the Caucasian male. The child molester was a Caucasian male, and the woman be the Caucasian male. Okay. Your first oppressor was a Caucasian male. So the people who bash so-called black women, who runs the media? The Caucasian male and female run the media, trashing y'all bitches and exploiting y'all black bitches. And I'm sorry for saying that like I am. Actually, I'm not really sorry, but I have to use that kind of language because when a brother speaks nicely to sisters and tries to talk to sisters politely and respectfully, y'all women don't take us seriously. Until we say, hey, bitch, then it gets y'all fucking attention. You ever seen Tupac and Janet Jackson go at it in that movie Poetic Justice? Proves my point. Okay? But I just wanted to get that point out there in this video. But my thing is, sisters, black women, you so-called, you Negro-pean females, I like to call y'all, you handkerchief-head, self-hating, coon-ass, Negro bedouins, Aunt your mama, Negro-pean females are responsible for the destruction and the biggest sellouts. So-called black women are the biggest coons and the biggest sellouts, and throwing their men and children underneath the bus to join Caucasian women in that feminist bullshit ass movement. The Caucasian woman feminist movement. That's what y'all trash so-called black men. You threw us underneath the bus. You threw black men underneath the fucking bus. Y'all talked bad about us. Y'all lied. Y'all sided with the racist Caucasians and these other prejudice groups who don't fucking like us, like you and I. And talk about, oh, how niggas ain't shit. Men, we don't take care of our fucking kids, which is a fucking lie. Because if you look up statistics, black men are the highest, pay more in child support and struggle and have a hard time struggling to get custody of our fucking kids. Okay? The court system panders to women, period, but it panders to black women and taking kids from the man, taking kids from men of color, and giving it to the woman. But y'all don't talk about that. You know, most men are raised in the so-called black community, raised by black women. Why do we feel some type of way about black women? Because of our fucking mothers. You got female pedophiles. You got abusers. You got whores and sluts. Shitty ass moms treating the boys like shit. Man haters as hell. Telling you ain't shit like your daddy. Being abusive as hell. Lying to the boy. I'm not saying girls didn't catch hell too, but I'm speaking specifically to the boys. Why men feel that way about y'all because the fucking mother, the mom failed as a fucking parent. The reason why some men hate women because we were mistreated by women, abused by women, disrespected by women, lied on by women, lied to by women. You know, the child support is for the kids, and she's spending the money and going to club, getting manicure and pedicure, and going shopping, and the kid don't get shit, and she's taking care of some ain't shit dude that she bitches and complains about. And this kid, and this piece of shit male that she's with is molesting the kid, beating the kid, abusing the kid, antagonizing the kid, disrespecting the kid, and bullying the fucking kid. And she knows about it, but she don't do shit about, these women do not do shit to protect their children from ain't shit ass dudes. You know, some guys have mommy issues, okay? It's the upbringing. No, you've been told, you've been hearing your mom, I know my mom and women in my family talk about, oh, niggas ain't shit. Black men ain't shit. Black men are horrible. More women are smart, more mature, and are accomplished and better at this and better at this. Better at this, better at this, better at this, and better at that. Women we got this tuition. If y'all are the most educated, if black women are the most educated women on the fucking planet, why the fuck is the community so fucked up? Why the fuck are we at the bottom of the fucking socially and economically at the bottom of the fucking totem pole? Answer that question. How come black women have not built shit, never created shit, nor invented shit to better up the so-called black community? How come these educated women keep picking, wonder why no man don't want to fuck them? How come y'all the least married group? How come no man fucking wants you? Y'all say so-called black men don't want you, so-called white men don't want you, Latino men don't want you, Asian men don't want you, and so on. But y'all cool as hell. But you don't want to look into the specifics of your fucking behavior. It's not your fucking looks, it's your fucking attitude. But y'all say y'all blame your attitude on fucking slavery when y'all did not grow up in the slavery times. Women had better attitudes in slavery than they do presently. But your attitude comes from that fucking bullshit ass Caucasian woman feminist movement. Y'all became feminists. Y'all became man haters. Y'all said y'all don't need a fucking man. That's why men don't fucking want you, because y'all said you don't need a fucking man. So why bitch and cry about it, bitch? Y'all say y'all independent, you strong and independent. Well, you're so damn strong. Why? How come we can't? How come you got so-called black on black crime? Bitch, y'all raising these fucking boys. They're telling men do not respect male authority figures. I understand, don't respect the authority figure who abuses their fucking power. Don't respect that. I get that. But I'm talking about don't respect men who are in positions of power. Oh, men who are in power are fucking evil. What about women who are in fucking power? They're worse. Y'all easily corrupted with fucking power and money and status. Y'all let that shit go to your fucking heads. You know? Talk about that shit. Y'all, some of y'all don't take care of your body. Y'all don't take care, y'all suck at hygiene. Y'all don't take care of your hair and your body. Y'all talk shit about Caucasian women and everybody else. And other groups of women talk about they're fucking weak because they take care and care for their fucking man. But you won't do that. You won't take care of the so-called black man. If the black man knows you ain't gonna take care of him, care for him, and love him, and take care of his kids, why are you getting mad if he wants to go outside of his fucking race or leave the goddamn country to find a woman or even to date a so-called foreign black chick that will take care of him, love him, and nurture him, and take care of him and be as family orientated? If you ain't gonna do certain shit, a man's gonna go somewhere else and find a woman who will do the shit that a man wants from his woman to do to him and do for him and his kids. But y'all don't think about that. Y'all don't look that deep. Y'all so damn educated, y'all can't think that shit. Y'all can't figure the shit out. Y'all can't find your way out of a wet fucking paper bag. Y'all are miseducated. You're not educated. So y'all should say so-called black women are the most miseducated, educated fools on the fucking planet. Okay? Y'all don't talk about how the reason why y'all are more in college is because y'all got social programs. Okay? You got grants and loans that cater to fucking women. Black women programs to get women into school. Black women are heavily recruited to go to school. And if she got kids, she gets fucking benefits and is able to live off the government and to go to school. The government, the state pays for your fucking education. Men have to come out of pocket. Men have to do this and do that to go into school. Even if a man applies for financial aid, so a brother, a so-called black man has to do that. We have to go through so much shit and red fucking tape to get the benefits, and sometimes we're turned the fuck away. Y'all got more help and more resources and programs geared to you to get look at the housing market. Some of y'all can get cars because of these programs, these government issued aid, and these programs that are set up for women to get shit. Y'all get the jobs quicker. You know why? Because you're not a fucking threat. Who's more intimidating, a woman with money or a man with fucking money? With a man, who's more intimidating? A woman who got status and money and power, or a man who got status, money, and power? And looks don't hurt. Who's taken more seriously in that department? Women are more are going to be accepted solely based on how they look, if they're attractive or not. But you're not considered threats or danger to the Caucasian supremacist power structure, to the government, to the elite power structure that runs this goddamn earth and this fucking planet and runs this goddamn country. You understand? Men are more of a threat. Black men have a hard time getting jobs or getting benefits, or getting anything, to even be in their family, to even having a hard time getting a woman to work with and have a family, because he can't provide, he can't do shit. He gotta go through hell to get a house, go through hell to get a car, get a loan, even get grants or anything to go to school or start his own fucking business. They'll give it to a fucking woman quicker. And as a matter of fact, they'll give it to other groups. They'll give it to foreigners. They'll give it to other so-called non-blacks and Caucasians first. And they'll get, before they give it to a so-called black man. But y'all don't talk about systematic, institutionalized, misandric racism. And then you know that some of y'all sisters know that, and you disrespect us anyway. Let's talk about upbringing. About most when brothers go up, if you ain't good looking, if you ain't tall, if you ain't got swag, if you ain't got money, if you ain't a thug, if you ain't a bad boy, you ain't gonna get no sister. Okay? I'm speaking from personal experiences, of course. But other guys I talk to, other so-called black men I've talked to, we experience the same shit. You know, when I was in school, I thought I was good looking, but I got treated like shit because I was not a hardcore roughneck kind of guy. I wasn't a thug. I wasn't a bad boy in school. I didn't beat up people. I didn't pick fights with people. I didn't slap women, slap girls around and call them bitches and hoes. That y'all women say y'all don't like being called a bitch and a hoe and a slut, but you go for guys who treat you like shit. You know, me, I was nice. I was a nice guy. I was kind, respectful, polite. I didn't cause no trouble. I stayed out of trouble in school. But y'all sisters, instead of saying, hey, this guy's a good brother, he's making honorable, he's getting A's and B's, he's getting straight A's, we should date him, we should fuck him, we should suck his dick, we should do some wild sexual crazy shit to this dude. No, y'all said, oh, his brother's bougie, oh, he's a snob, oh, he act like he's white, he trying to be white, but y'all sisters, but y'all trying to get y'all sisters. What kills me, y'all hypocrites. Y'all make sure you got good grades. Y'all make sure you did well in school. But when the brother does well in school and does the right thing and do shit, you call him a fucking coon. You call him a sellout. You say he ain't black enough. I'm not saying sisters didn't catch hell from other coon-ass, ignorant-ass, Negro-pean idiots who said, oh, if you go to school and if you get good grades, you're being white. I'm not saying you didn't catch hell, but brothers caught more hell than these sisters. Okay? We know this. You know, I got good grades. I was nice and kind. Oh, I was gay because I didn't try to fuck a bunch. I didn't try to fuck every girl that I came across. Every girl I came across, if I wasn't trying to fuck her, I was gay. But y'all didn't want me. But the thing is, most of y'all women who were there, every so-called black girl I came across, I was disrespected. I was insulted. I was called gay because I didn't act like a hardcore street dude. I didn't sag my pants. Some bullshit like that. But for some of y'all that went for Caucasian boys and some, mainly, and sometimes men of other ethnicities, they didn't have to sag their pants. They didn't have to act all hard and tough. They can be meek, they can be sweet, and they can be soft, passive, and kind and loving. But y'all gave them the time of day. Some of y'all that went to Caucasian guys did that shit. Okay? That's what I'm keeping it real. Y'all say to brothers who ain't trying to fuck a sister, and the thing is, most brothers try to talk to so-called black girls, black women. Oh, we were nice and kind to your sisters, but because we didn't dress like a street dude, since we didn't listen to Wu-Tang, he's a fucking coon to begin with, and listen to rap and folk culture, street culture, and embrace the thug life. We're in the fucking suburbs. There's no such thing as a thug life and street life out there, but y'all sisters love thugs. Y'all sometimes go to the hood to get some ain't shit ass, broke, dusty ass dude or some drug dealer to fuck with, leaving the nice, respectable black guy to be alone. If he wanted some ass, he would have to go outside of his fucking ethnicity. You know, he would have to try to date a Caucasian girl, a Latina, an Asian girl, and other. But y'all will call us a fucking seller. But when sisters go outside their ethnicities, date outside their ethnicity, or date outside their fucking race, as y'all call it, she's not called a fucking handkerchief head. She's not called a Negro Bedouin. She ain't called a fucking coon. She ain't accused of being self-hatred. Or y'all don't say to her, well, your daddy black. Let's keep it real here. Y'all don't say that shit. Y'all, nobody says that. Nobody slams so-called black women for wanting to go out to broaden her fucking horizons and date outside her fucking race, or you can say ethnicity, whatever you want to fucking call it. If she wants to get with a Caucasian guy, it's applauded. But if a so-called black man wants to date a Caucasian girl, date a white woman, oh, it's a fucking problem. It's his black card is questioned. Y'all want to pull the black card. But if y'all are so pro-black, like some of y'all sisters scream, y'all would try to get with brothers who are on point, doing well in school, getting good grades, not starting trouble, staying out of trouble, and dressing well, dressing appropriately. Y'all will not disrespect those brothers like y'all have. I'm not saying all sisters did that, but the thing is, with some of y'all sisters who saw that shit, how brothers were disrespected because they didn't act like a damn fool, a class clown, didn't act like a hardcore bad boy, fucking thug, or wannabe hip hop rap artist, or fucking jock, or fucking ball player. Y'all seen how disrespected those brothers who did not fit that category got. Y'all didn't say nothing. Y'all didn't check these bitches. Y'all were silent. When I got disrespected by my female counterpart, which is the black woman, the young black woman at the time, the black girl, the black woman, same difference. Y'all didn't say shit. Y'all were silent. Y'all know who you are. So when brothers like Trick Daddy got a valid complaint about black women, y'all can't refute it because y'all need to tighten up. The way y'all act, you got a rude, disrespectful disposition towards so-called black men. The only time you respect a brother if he got looks, stats, fame, and money. Yeah, y'all can say, oh, that's all women across the board. Not when it comes to not in the black community. He gotta act like a woman. dress all, you gotta wear skinny jeans and act like a female and talk like a female and be in touch with the feminine side. You gotta be a hardcore thug but be feminized at the same fucking time. You gotta be a womanizer. You gotta be a player, a pimp, a drug dealer, a criminal. You gotta have a record for you to take them seriously. Y'all sisters fight over guys who just got out of fucking jail, but you don't check for guys who just got out of fucking college. I don't care if the dude just got graduated from high school. That should be a fucking y'all should fucking compliment that guy. Y'all women make poor fucking choices. You choose the wrong guys, and don't give me that bullshit. Well, what about the guy? And then y'all talk about dark-skinned girls not getting no fucking play, which is a fucking lie, because I have talked to some dark-skinned girls, and they didn't give me the fucking time of day. You know why? Because I wasn't light enough, or I wasn't a white guy. Okay, dark-skinned chicks kill me. Oh, no man wants me when you're fat and overweight and you got poor fucking hygiene and you stink. And you can't do shit but have a nasty, look like a fucking mammy. But when y'all want to step outside the community and date outside your ethnicity, oh, you make sure you tighten up then. Oh, you act right. You are respectful. Y'all switch up, especially y'all switch up for Caucasian men. Y'all respectful as hell. You're nice and kind. You cook for him. You take care of him. You suck his dick. You fuck him the way he likes. And that's okay. But when it comes to black men, oh, we don't get nothing. Oh, we gotta just take you for who we are. Fuck you with your bullshit ass double standard. Double standards, the sexist ass double standards. What I'm saying is, when it comes to dark-skinned chicks saying, "Oh, no man wants me, brothers don't want me," but what about the men who did try to talk to you? You don't approach men. You rejected us because we were too dark for you, and you want to have pretty kids, so you went for a light-skinned guy. If you can get a Caucasian guy or a light-skinned Latino guy, or a fair-skinned Asian guy, or anybody who got fair skin, you gave them the time of day. Nobody talks about that. You don't see dark-skinned guys doing that shit to sisters. I never seen it. We don't do that. We don't cherry pick like that. Men don't think, if we come across a chick who, especially a dark-skinned chick who's attractive, we acknowledge that. We don't disrespect y'all. That's a fucking lie. Light-skinned chicks, they think their shit don't stink. Light-skinned girls think, oh, I'm light-skinned. Every man wants me, especially brothers. You know, they got an arrogant attitude. They can be so-called pro-black, or they want to fit in with Caucasian folks and assimilate, because some of them can pass for being Caucasian, or look like some other ethnic group that doesn't identify with blackness. You know what I'm saying? Y'all feel me? So, I mean, the reason why a lot of men got a lot of animosity, hurt, and pain from so-called black women. A lot of black men have a lot of hurt and pain and resentment from black women is because from our mothers, from our aunts, and female relatives, we were treated like shit by them with their misandric attitude. Not only that, we gotta go to school. If we're not the stereotype of a thug or a criminal, or a rapper, or a feminized faggot, y'all don't give us the time of day. And if we're too manly, if we're masculine as hell, y'all reject that shit. We gotta have ultra swag and all this other bullshit. But y'all don't require that from other ethnicities of men. You don't. Y'all women don't do that. Y'all black women don't do that. So, I mean, what that brother said, what Trick Daddy said, he did, the way he worded it, I don't agree with, but I understood where it was coming from. But I do agree with some women saying, well, if he's putting so-called non-black women on the fucking pedestal, then he's uplifting other groups. And she's saying he has an inferiority complex. Well, sisters, y'all do that shit too. Some of y'all talk about, oh, white men respect black women, which is a fucking lie. That is not true. White men respect all women. No, they don't. If you look through history, they're the biggest rapists, they're the biggest serial killers, the biggest pedophiles. And I mean, they're the biggest misogynists. Look at Donald Trump. He is misogynistic as hell. But y'all give him, some of y'all sisters give him a fucking pass because he's Caucasian. That's white male privilege for you. But Caucasian men don't, and other races of men, you got a lot of Caucasian guys who are deadbeat dads, and other men of other ethnicities who are deadbeat dads too, and walk out on their women and all that shit. But that comes back to the woman choosing fucking wrong to begin with. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So comes back to personal responsibility for choosing the wrong guy. Some of you sisters talk about, oh, brothers being cover struck. Y'all got a lot of women who are cover struck to death, but y'all don't talk about that. But who raised these boys to have these self-hate issues and these complexes, inferior complexes? Black women. Y'all are the ones who try to look Caucasian or some other ethnic group of women. Talking about, I got Indian hair from the Korean store. I'm bleaching my skin. I'm dyeing my hair, bleaching my hair blonde, trying to look Caucasian as possible. Not interrupted. What I'm saying is that y'all women, y'all cry about some black men who got self-hate issues. Why do you want to get with a guy who don't fucking like himself and don't fucking love himself? What about a man who loves you for you and appreciates you for you? Y'all reject the guys who love you for you. He gotta be tall. He gotta be over 6'5" and be able to dunk a fucking basketball. He gotta be some kind of ultra football player. He gotta be a fucking rapper. He gotta be a fucking gangster. He gotta be hardcore. He gotta be a roughneck. I want a man who can beat my ass and pull on my hair and call me a bitch and slap me around. Some of y'all women are crazy as hell. Y'all don't talk about that. No, I want a thug. Some of y'all women say, I want a thug. I'm like, what? I love bad boys. Oh, they know how to fuck good. I like these effeminate ass males. Oh, they understand women. No, y'all like these effeminate ass bitch made gay men, these gay males and these faggots. It's because of the fact that you can control them and manipulate them with your bullshit. And they'll just go along with it. They're to go along to get along. They act like women, so they try to fit in with women, but they let y'all run shit. But when shit happens, y'all blame us men, the straight heterosexual regular everyday brother, for your fuck ups. You talk about brothers being cover struck, but like I said before, you choose guys who are cover struck on purpose and then talk about, oh, you said I was ugly, but I said you were beautiful and sexy. You didn't give me the time of day. You chose a guy who didn't fucking want you. Women, black women, what is it with guys? Why do you lust after guys who don't fucking want you? Why do you get upset over guys who don't fucking want you? If they say if they don't like so-called black women, just move the hell on. Don't try to argue with somebody and debate. You can say, hey, your disposition and your view and ideology of me and the way you feel about me, since you don't know me, is fucked up. And you can prove them wrong through your actions and some facts. Are the reason why you have an ignorant viewpoint of y'all, black women. But but with men, if y'all don't like, a certain group of women do not like so-called black men, I just move the hell on. If she's stupid as hell and on some bullshit or thinking how I'm inferior and other ethnic groups of men are superior, especially Caucasian men are better than me, I'll shut her down and say I'm proving how wrong she is and how ignorant she is and how she's a damn fool for believing that bullshit. But I'm not going to try to convince her to like me. No, I don't do that. I can't do it anyway, so I'm not going to even try. The bottom line is, sisters, y'all need to check yourselves. The reason why you got a lot of brothers who've been hurt. Y'all create these coon-ass self-hating males with the way you act. Since y'all don't love yourself, since y'all want to get weaves and don't give me that, well, white women wear weaves too and other women of other ethnicities wear weaves too. No. You don't see these other females, I should say, wearing afros, wearing African hair. You don't see it. So don't even try it. Yeah, you get Caucasian girls trying to put on this front. Oh, I'm trying to look Latino. When the truth of the matter, she ain't talking about a Mexican chick. She's talking about a Puerto Rican chick, which is another form, which is actually really an African chick. So basically a black chick. or some woman from a Caribbean Latina, which is actually, might as well say, a black chick, okay? Because truth of the matter is, I'm going to look like the light-skinned chick. She's still so-called black by default. But the thing is, you got Caucasian women and women of other ethnicities trying to get bigger titties, bigger hips, bigger ass, even trying to get a bigger body structure, even try to be taller than y'all sisters, trying to look like y'all, get bigger, get lip injections, okay? Even try to have your fucking nose that they say they fucking hate. You know what I'm saying? But y'all don't pay attention to that. But what I don't understand, why are you trying to compete with the European beauty standard when the system is rigged against you? You don't see men trying to do that. You got a lot of black men who say fuck the system and fuck trying to get the Caucasian man's education and all that stuff because we know it's bullshit. Because y'all convinced us, but y'all turn around and try to get that degree and all that stuff, but which is what we should do, is y'all should say, hey, we should educate ourselves and get this knowledge, especially that's out. If you can afford the internet and you got a phone, you should be able to look up and research shit, not look at celebrities, not look at porn. Yeah, I like porn too, but I'm just saying, but no dumb shit and people fighting, acting a fool, world star. We should try to get this knowledge. You know what I mean? You know, you should encourage brothers to do well in school and try to get better themselves. Get not a job, but get a career. Start their own business. Support brothers. You know, y'all don't support your men enough. And then once you do support, you support the wrong ones who ain't about shit, who did not ask for your fucking help and support to begin with. I mean, the reason why a lot of brothers feel, I should say some brothers have a disdain for black women is because the way y'all have been treated us. I'm not saying y'all never got your feelings hurt and been burned by brothers, sisters. What I'm saying is the reason why a lot of brothers feel the way they do, they feel we can't deal with y'all because y'all got a nasty disposition. You got a nasty attitude. I understand where your attitude comes from. Yeah, you may go for racism, but you don't catch the same hell that we catch as so-called black men. We as black men got to deal with racism. We got to deal with prejudice from other ethnic groups, and we got to deal with hatred, misandry from so-called black women, and hatred, and the same racial hostility that y'all got the identity, got the same ideologies from racist Caucasian people saying niggas ain't shit, black men are thugs, rapists and killers and deadbeat dads, when Caucasian people do all that shit. Really? I mean, y'all need to look up, y'all need to do some research about this shit. Stop using these same dumbass talking points that you get from the Jewish Caucasian media. Or I should say Anglo-Saxon Jewish media, whatever the hell you call it. Okay? You need to talk to men. The reason why you don't talk to us, because you know you want some bullshit. Because you be held accountable for your shit. Because we would tell you the truth. That's why y'all don't ask men why our opinions and shit. Because you don't value us men. You don't value us men, sisters. You don't. You think you're better than us. You think you're superior. You think you know it all. Nobody can tell you shit. But if a Caucasian person or some particular, primarily a Caucasian person, maybe an Asian person, and some other so-called non-black person tells you something, oh, you want to listen to them. But when it comes to a brother who's intelligent, who already did the research, already knows the knowledge, already experienced it, you don't want to listen to it because you got that same crabs in the barrel slave mentality. So basically, the reason why, I'm not saying, look, what Trick Daddy, you should, I mean, nobody should ever put down their own their own race, their own ethnicity to and uplift another group of the opposite sex. Basically, nobody should put down their own race and want to just interracially date somebody because they are of a different race and they think they're so fucking better and superior than us. When a brother wants to get with a Caucasian woman, some brothers, okay, yeah, you got some self-hating coons, males, okay, I understand that, I get that. When a brother Just because a brother wants to date outside the community and date a woman of another ethnicity, that don't mean he got self-hate issues. It could be the woman he just finds attractive, or he just horny as hell. He just want to bust a nut, or he just fell in love with that chick. Same with y'all. We don't question y'all like y'all question us. When y'all date outside your ethnicity, it's not always, oh, and I mean, yes, some black men put down black women by dating a Caucasian woman. But y'all do the same thing too. Y'all put down black men to justify why you with that Caucasian man or other. But I'm just saying, Trick Daddy was not all the way wrong. A lot of y'all women don't know how to cook. Y'all don't know how to be wives. Y'all don't know how to be a nurturer. You don't know how to be what's that word? Y'all don't know how to be the nurturer of the family. You don't know how to be the nurturer and the supporter. You don't know how to be loving. You don't know how to be affectionate. You don't know how to be sensitive. You don't know how to cook and clean and take care of children. That's what real men look for, okay? Trick Daddy's right to agree, and other brothers are right to a degree about how most of you black women are on that feminist bullshit. Oh, I don't need no man. Oh, I don't need you. But guess what? You need the Caucasian system to make it. If the Caucasian system is crashing, okay? The Caucasian supremacist power structure, known as the white power structure, is falling apart. Without that system, you ain't shit, bitch. Okay? So you do need, so when you black women, stop saying you don't need a man, because you fucking do. Your kids do. Okay? Because you cannot be dependent on a racist group who don't give a shit about you and is using you for a fucking pawn for this fucking stupid ass black gender war. Wake up and think about what I'm telling you. I'm out of here. You have a good night. Peace. Good night, everybody.